Hi, so I'm doing a video today on Zac Efron, so thank you for the request. Today is February 6th, and so I'm not going to be posting this until a few weeks later, but I wanted you to get an idea of the date of today, just in case that is significant. I'm getting the numbers 3 and 5. Seems to be significant numbers here. And well, I'm jumping already into the reading, but basically I like to talk about the biases of the particular celebrity that I'm doing a reading on, just so you kind of get an idea of where I'm coming from. And so I am familiar with Zac Efron. I've probably seen some of his work, but I don't really know too much about him. Please read the description below if you need any more information with regards to what I'm doing here. So again, 3, 5s, and 1s seem to be important here. 3, 1, 5. 3, 1, 5. Separately, and then I'm seeing 135 as being significant. So maybe whatever the angel number means for 135. So what I'm getting for you, Zac, is this feeling of complacency. You feel like you're being complacent, and from the outside, it feels like some personal relationships would point towards you being complacent. It feels like there are some negative people around you, negative influences, and also people who just view you negatively and don't talk to you very respectfully surrounding you. That seems to be pointed out right now. And how there's a warning here from your guardian angel saying that you need to really be self-aware when it comes to connections in your life, of where you might potentially be repeating some negative patterns in an effort to, whether consciously or subconsciously, reopen old wounds. So you're reopening them, and you're also ignoring them by engaging in toxic relationships or connections that are reflective of these things that you haven't fully healed. And there's a real threat here where you could fall into some self-destructive patterns that seem to have plagued you for a lot of your life, childhood, teenage years, adulthood, and this needs to be directly addressed immediately before it gets out of control. I'm hearing again, there's this feeling of abandonment. There's a feeling of being let down. There's this feeling of not being helped. It's like being taken advantage of, and when you were not aware of what was happening, you had no way of defending yourself. And how there's this part of you that is forward thinking. There's a part of you that wants to grow. There's a part of you that wants a clear life, a clear mind, clean thinking, you know, a life where there's not all of these habits or relationships or connections that are not serving you. And you're aware of this. You want to break away from this. You want to reclaim that colorful world that you know exists, and you want that for you. but your guardian angels are actually saying that in this particular situation, forward thinking for you is a form of escapism, because then you're always reaching for something that is not here yet. So you're acknowledging where you're at is not a place that you're comfortable in. And so instead of looking forward and looking forward and looking forward at something that will always be dangling in front of you, look at where you're at right now. Look at who you're around right now. Look at what you're doing right now. Pay attention to where it's like these little avenues of darkness could kind of pose a threat to the overall integrity of your being, right? They're showing me an apple. They're showing me an apple, like little bugs going into the apple, and how that's rotting the apple. And so where are you allowing these things to happen to you? And then your guides are actually saying, your guardian angels, they're saying, you know, Zac, no fruit is wasted. No fruit is wasted. And so you have to also understand that too, in an effort to don't harm yourself, right? In the sense, in many different ways, don't harm yourself, but also mentally, don't be so harsh. And there's where some of these negative people are coming through, where they're kind of pointing the finger at you, and this is the things that you do wrong, and this is what I don't like, and this, that. It's not productive. That's not the way that you respond to change, right? Like, you do not respond well to criticism in that way. You respond to kindness. You respond, but it has to be when you're ready, right? Because otherwise, I think there's that awareness that, oh, I'll take advantage of the situation. But when I sincerely want to change, I cannot have people who are going to remind me of things that I've done wrong, or things that they think are going on when it's not, or, you know, nitpicking every single detail about me. I don't respond well to that. And so Spirit is saying that nothing goes to waste. Like, even these pieces of fruit that are getting eaten by insects, these insects are strengthening the tree, because now the tree doesn't have to overproduce and put so much energy into the ripened fruit. And then now these fruits can fall off of the tree, and not only is it providing nourishment for these other insects and beings and wildlife, but it's also growing a new tree. So there is nothing about your life, and nothing about your experiences, and nothing about your journey that has gone to waste. There is nothing that you've done that has gone to waste. Yeah, you can have regrets. Yeah, you can have some things that you could have done better. But by no means is your life or your past a waste. You know, you don't have to look at it that way. You have to look at it in a way that's encouraging you. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to show yourself that compassion and love and patience and understanding. And they're showing me a baby. They're showing me a baby, and they're saying, this is you. Like, you're the baby, and you're also the parent. And they're saying that you should parent your inner child, right? Like, you can scoop this baby up and rock this baby in your arms and show this baby the strength of an adult, and the warmth of an adult, and the compassion of an adult, and the protection of an adult. Like, do that to you symbolically of witnessing yourself. Like, really do a meditation and witness yourself, seeing yourself as a newborn, and scooping yourself up and holding you and saying, it's okay, you're safe. Like, you can cry. You know, the newborn's terrified, and probably went through a really painful experience. And imagine what the wind feels like and the sounds feel like, you know, when the baby was in this womb for so long. It's like screeching and crying, and that's not, the baby's not wrong for that, you know, and reaching if it can reach, like all of these different things, like trying to just understand and make sense of what's happening. And also it's very scary experience, I'm sure, for a baby, right? They're just in survival mode. If they can, anyway, we don't have to get into details, but basically nourish yourself and hold yourself and comfort yourself, you know. And they're saying that there are dreams and visions and ideas that you have for your future that are ripening. They are ripening on the tree. You know, just as there are the fruits that have a purpose for nourishing the insects and the wildlife and the revitalization of these trees, there's also fruit that is ripening on there and are going to be ready and perfect and plump and refreshing. And know this, honor this, and don't hyper focus on every single little detail. You know, it's almost a form of control. It's like, by controlling, it's like micromanaging every single thing that you do, in the sense of, this is everything that I'm doing wrong, or this is the things that I did wrong, or, you know, it's over identifying with every single situation that could be either really, really good or really, really bad. Like, you just have to see yourself as the entirety of not just the tree, but the ecosystem. How that tree even connects to the rest of the world. It's like, keep looking bigger picture and bigger picture and bigger picture about yourself. And, you know, you don't, again, with the too much forward thinking, it's like, it's good to be ambitious, but you have to look at it as being possible. You can't use that in a way to delude yourself of saying, well, later. Later is created in the now. And so be that now, emulate that now, structure that now, do the things now, step by step, every day. Just do one little thing different or one little thing more. That's all you have to do. That's the only goal that you have to really make. Just do one slight adjustment every day. If you can't seem to do it every day, every week, right? And just do like that, but really stick to it, right? Like take accountability and know when you need to walk away from certain connections that are just draining you, and don't see you for who you are, like your essence, who cannot read you, the real you, beyond that of which you may present. And I think that's a difficult thing to do, because you don't want enablers. You don't want people who are yes men, right? You don't want that. And you don't want people who, basically, you need real friends. You need real people in your life who will call you out when you need to be called out, but will love you also, you know. I think that's the biggest thing here, is identifying where people are saying, I love you, and I will always be on your team. I will always be on your side first, but I have to tell you the truth. I have to tell you this, you know. And it's not in a way where they're someone who's constantly putting you down and saying, well, I wouldn't be this if that's this, that. Like, you have to be realistic. You have to also be realistic and feel the situation, really feel and read into the situation of, well, the more I can clean up in my life, the more that this would be a lot easier to discern between who's really my friend and who isn't, or who's really on my side and who isn't, who's really just wanting something out of me, and who genuinely cares about me, or someone who is trying to get underneath my skin to keep me bound and behind, you know, and distracted as a guise of helping when it's not, right? Like all of these different things. But you can start within yourself of cleaning up within yourself and your attitude, and your life and your thoughts. Because Spirit's saying you can turn this around completely. They're saying it won't be easy, in the sense that it's not some overnight thing, but they're saying you have steps. There's steps to this. They're showing me steps. They're saying just take it step by step, step by step, step by step. That's all you got to do. You know, get to the next one, get to the next one, get to the next one, you know, because what's waiting for you at the top of the steps is yours. It's yours. You can have, it's a throne. That's what's up there. It's a throne full of all the things that you really desire and wish and dream for. That's yours. But you can't sit there and look at it and complain and say, I wish I was up there right now. You know, I can't seem to get up there, when you aren't even walking up the steps, right? And you can't just teleport yourself to the top. You just have to walk up the steps, you know? And if you can't because your cardio isn't good enough, it's got to practice. But you'll eventually get there if you really want to. It's for you. That is for you. No one else can have that throne but you. No one else has that but you. And it's waiting there for you. And it's not gonna go, you know, it's not gonna go away just because you take a longer time or because you go to something. It's not gonna go away. But you have that choice. You have that choice to focus and to do that and to go towards that without, you know, that over-identification of I can't seem to get myself strong enough to go up there. I wasted all that time working out or doing all this stuff. I could have been up there. Like, don't torture yourself. Don't torture yourself. Just go for it, you know, and take it one step at a time. Okay. Courage. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Be courageous by standing up. Again, the biggest issue I'm seeing here is, how can you have a clear thought and clear ability to see who is for you and who is against you if you aren't, you know, of a clear mind? And so cut out anything that's distracting you. And so you are able to make some strong decisions. And it takes a lot of courage also to face your shadows. And facing your shadows means really going unarmed and accepting that and acknowledging that and facing it and saying, you know what, this is who I am. I embrace my humanness. I embrace my confusion, my mistakes, my fallbacks, and I respect that, and I respect my perseverance, and I respect my journey. And that, again, to that inner child. Like, I will not abandon myself, just as you would not abandon that baby. I will not abandon you. And so then that will really help you here. You know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. You do know what it is that needs to be done in order to take these steps, right? You're not unaware, which is why they're even saying this over and over again. Yeah. And then we have career transition. This is Archangel Shamuel. We have Archangel Ariel, Archangel Uriel. Shamuel is saying your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. And I do see this here as part of that throne. And part of what I was saying is something that you really dream and desire and wish for. It has something to do with your career. It has something to do with your career, and who you believe it's like who you believe you deserve to be, or like the recognition that you feel you deserve to have. It's like, you know your talents, you know your abilities, and there is this inner determination that is really the driving force for you to do this, to clean this up, right? Archangel Shamuel is very significant here, coming through. Yeah. This is Archangel Raphael. Breathe. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. That's exactly what you need to do here. And you will get what you feel you are destined to have. This destined recognition, this stature, right? This legacy. You will have that so long as you choose to walk the steps to your throne. How can you become the king if you do not go sit in your throne? So that's basically what they're saying is, you know, when you do these things, you will have exactly what it is that you're looking for. It's like right there. Like, or if the way that it feels is it's orbiting around you. It's almost menacing and taunting, because it's like, you know, this belongs to you, and yet it is out of, like, the carrot, like the dangling of the carrot. And so basically clean it up. Clean up your act and you got it. That's it. It's pretty simple. And they believe in you. This wouldn't come through if they did not believe in you, and they weren't encouraging you. I would look into the numbers 315 and 135, and Archangel Shamuel. Definitely Archangel Shamuel here. So that's what I see, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.